Hope you enjoyed this one. And sorry I'm a little late. This is Solomon Adams giving my latest review on Bleach chapter 632. Who right now friends too, basically. We know the history of Basby and Ian Hochwald. They were originally friends, and they were hiding in this kind of like in this country. Like basically, the country itself was being dominated by Yawatch, going through some kind of civil upheaval. At the same time, Yawatch was also looking for strong Crits to use as his army he called the Stern Ritters. Like he was that was like Yawatch making his early preparations. Obviously, he was getting ready for war. Even like long ago, he was getting ready for a fight. That's proof that Yawatch is definitely he up there, and he's getting ready to make his move. However, in this chapter, we get to see it's 5 years after the original incident, like 5 years after Yawatch and destroyed the town and burned down part of the forest, and even killed Hoshwald's uncle, basically, like, believing him and Basby on his own. But at that time, Basby, he was more of a skilled archer. I mean, he was basically a prodigy, more of a skilled archer sure than Hoshwald was as a child. I would say that he was more digressive. However, even though Hoshwald wasn't good at accuracy, he was trying to make up for that in sword skills, like trying to see if he can have this potential to pick up a blade and become a fine swordsman. But you can only do so much on your own, especially when you're a child. That is some stuff and some difficulty. And they were still working on their plans together to try to kill your watch. Like even after what happened 5 years ago. If you wait 5 years to settle a score with somebody, you definitely have some. You definitely want to be patient. Also, I gotta note in this chapter, like Basby, he's a bit hot. He was. We already know that Basby, he was always a bit brash, hot-headed in the earlier chapters. But he was he. Now we get to see he was always like that as a child, like picking a fight with one of your watch's guards. Like you want to fight against someone who's one of your watch's professional soldiers. I mean, this guy's a fully grown man, and you're still a child. That he said he's a genius, calling himself a genius. I'm telling you, if you brag about something, then people's gonna notice you. But if you brag about something too much, then they're not gonna take you seriously. And Basby proved that. He definitely proves that, especially when it comes to his history and all his talk. Basby definitely wanted to fight, right, and prove himself worthy. And this guy and this soldier, like he and his friend's army buddy was just going through the woods in the town, announcing that your watch was going to be starting a new army, the Stern Raiders. Those of you who are worthy enough, strong enough to join the army. I mean, and the reason why Basby is doing this, trying to pick a fight, was because he wants to be a part of the army so he can join in your watch and probably to potential to kill him. Like basically, he wants to fight your watch. He really does want to kill him, try to prove that he's best. But obviously, Barrisby won't stand a chance. But he wants to see if he can stand a chance against the soldier. But right as the fight was getting ready to pick up and to fight square on, we get interrupted by your watch himself. Like your watch, he just came out of nowhere. He has this kind of power, like kind of absolute submission. Like he has the ability to make every Quincy that's near him bow down before him. Like I'm gonna call it absolute submission. We all know the technique. It has a different name in the manga, and hopefully in the anime it will be a lot better. But I'm gonna call it absolute submission. That's what I think. Like, this guy definitely has the potential, making every Quincy bow and kneel before him under his complete and utter control. That dude is definitely hardcore, and it's your watch we're talking about. No, if we're talking about your watch, he's definitely not someone that you should not underestimate in the slightest at all ever. That's one of the things I gotta notice. And one of the things that also took me as a surprise, that like he picked someone in his right hand man to be his right hand man, someone from the crowd, and by astonishment, it's Hoshwald of all people. I'm like Hoshwald, he's always been calm and collected, and kind of headstrong and focused, calling calling your watch your Majesty, like basically, like he's an indulgent servant, and I know why. So basically, your watch picked him to be his right hand, and basically help focus the boy. That means in some way your watch improved his skills, probably gave him increased strength as a result, making him stronger in his own way to the point where he's no longer weak. That's being said, and the chapter ends. Basically, we get to see more of the history between Basby, Yawatch, and Hoshwall, how they all met, how they joined. Yet, despite this, they still, despite Basby knowing that he was passed over or over Hoshwall, he still joined Yawatch and the Stern Raiders. That means he either wanted to continue his goal to kill Yawatch, or was he just following Hoshwall? He's not going to leave him alone because they are supposed to be friends, even though he does treat him a little bit, unfairly. But not unfairly like he's a little rude to him and stuff like that. That part I understand. But there's one thing I also gotta note. Like your watch, he picked him to be his right hand. That means he had plans for him. That means he wanted to make him. That means he probably gave him some special power, almost equal, lower or not equal to his own. Not equal, but like give him some power to make him his lieutenant. Also, I want to take this small moment to note that a while back, like a week ago, a couple of days ago, for Neverworld did a video about is Bleach dying or not, saying that Bleach has gotten lower in popularity since the animes since they stopped producing new anime 3 years ago. Not to mention the fact that the English dub has finished last winter. I would say that that Bleach is not unpopular, but I gotta admit, I gotta know that some people may have like I'm gonna say that to myself, Bleach is not the most popular thing in the world, but people still know and recognize it for what it has. I definitely think they should license new episodes already. I mean, come on, what are they waiting for? Like the end of Naruto? I mean, think about it. My theory is after Naruto ends, and after Boruto, Naruto the movie, and all that stuff, Viz Media is probably gonna license Bleach again right after that. Cause think about it, after the end of one epic series, they're probably gonna pick out one of the big three to replace the other. Think about it, cause Naruto is probably reaching its climax. We're either gonna see the end of it this year or the beginning of next year. Yeah. And I want to see new Bleach episodes. Honestly, I want to see new Bleach. Hey, so what do you think? Hank, give me your opinion. Comment, subscribe. I want to see new Bleach episodes. I honestly want to do. Just the same way as I want to see season 2 of Attack on Titan, but I'll make a video about that separately. Okay. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solomon Ass Gamer. New on Bleach chapters 6, 3, 2. Friends 2. No, I understand. I want to see more Bleach anime. I'm a Bleach fan. For better or worse. Bye.